I'm William Target and welcome to the Formula 1 shame report for the Italian Grand Prix. Surprisingly, quite a lot of shame this week for what's actually a pretty dull event in the Sebastian Vettel Parade race series. So let's get straight to it. Remember, teams and drivers, don't blame me if I call your name out. I didn't put you on this list, you put you on this list. Let it begin. At number 5, Eddie Jordan. In previous shows I've made no secret of the fact that I'm the diminutive Irishman's #1 fan. He's eccentric, which makes a great telly, and he has great contacts as he has broken many of the sport's major stories before they were officially announced. However, as much as I've defended him from criticism, he's not really the sort of person you want doing the grid walk. That is, unless you'd rather hear from celebrities than drivers. David Coulthard is much better suited to it, and he's done a great job since he took over after Martin Brundle's departure to the Evil Empire. The person doing the grid walk needs to be focused. They need to know who they're going to talk to, where they are on the grid, and how to get there. That's why it's probably not a good idea to have Eddie ADHD Jordan doing it. Otherwise you'll get moments like we had on Sunday, when Eddie suddenly proclaimed, "Okay, let's see if we can try and talk to Felipe Massa. Hey, there's David Hasselhoff!" Now, a lot of people were getting sticks up their asses regarding the booing of Sebastian Vettel on the podium by the Italian fans. Now, if it was any other race, I would agree. In fact, in the previous episode, I did shame the fans for booing him. However, with the Italian fans, it's a bit different. They boo anyone who isn't a Ferrari driver. Do you remember when they booed Hamilton after his victory there last year? Now, I'm not excusing them. Booing a race winner is a nasty thing to do. But after years of this, why are we expecting anything different from the Tifosi? You're not going to change them, so why bother? Besides, people were very quick to jump on the Italian fans for booing, which they didn't do as much when Vettel was equally booed in other countries. At number 3, Sergio Perez and Romain Grosjean, who both made errors on track, hitting Kimi Raikkonen and Paul di Resta respectively. What? It was the other way round? Oh yeah, of course it was. Sorry, force of habit. Yes, it was opposite day in Monza, with Rogro and Sergio both getting a taste of their own bitter whack-up-the-arse medicine. Hopefully, maybe now that they've experienced it themselves, they'll come to a joint epiphany and realise they need to stop hitting people. Kimi Raikkonen seems to just be biding his time with the rest of the season, knowing that he's likely out of the championship and likely in a Ferrari next year. Paul di Resta, meanwhile, was just too up and down to put himself in any serious consideration for a jump up to the big boys. Also, shame on the race stewards for investigating the incident between di Resta and Rogro. He locked his brakes and gave him a little tap. What is there to investigate? Get out of shame free this week goes to Nico Hülkenberg. The young German has been hailed as a potential future great ever since he took an out-of-nowhere pole for Williams in 2010. Combined with some excellent performances for Force India last year, including a great drive in Brazil that should have been a podium, he kept the praise coming this weekend after a fantastic third in qualifying was converted into a career-best 5th on race day. With the talk of Kimi to Ferrari hotting up, Lotus must surely be keeping Hulk in mind as a replacement for the departing Finn. Also, some kudos must go to Fernando Alonso, who continues to outdo himself with his podium celebrations in Italy. Last year he stole the TV camera to film the crowd, and on Sunday he capped off a fantastic drive to second by taking what must surely go down as the greatest selfie in human history. Good job, Lando. At number 2, Red Bull. Why, I hear you ask? I don't know, the usual reasons. Christian Horner looking like he's about to go and plot to take over the world with Adrian Newey, Vettel winning all the bloody time, Mark being the only one who ever has any problems with the car. The last couple of races haven't been the most exciting to begin with, but they certainly haven't been helped by the fact that there has just been no fight at the front of the grid. Towards the end of the race on Sunday, we had a sequence of laps with Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton, two of the greats of their era, fighting and battling for position. It was gladiatorial stuff, with great defending and great overtaking. A battle of that magnitude between drivers of that calibre deserved to be happening at the front of the grid, but all they were fighting for was 11th. That battle needs to have a title on the line, not just outside the points pride. Vettel is becoming Schumacher, which could be bad for the sport. So many people, myself included, lost interest when Michael was winning all the time. The reason there are constant regulation changes in Formula 1 is to stop anything like that happening ever again. Well, it's clearly not working. At number 1, Pirelli. Although Vettel steaming to an easy victory over the last couple of races has been a bore, they certainly haven't been helped by the fact that Pirelli have made a huge mistake with their tyres of late. They're too good. They need to go back to making tyres out of chewing gum and reconstituted fish bits or whatever they were making them out of. With the tyres lasting all day again, strategies have become boring and predictable. Remember Silverstone when we had tyres exploding left, right and centre? Was it a farce? Of course it was. Was it entertaining? Hell's yeah. With the talk of Bridgestone potentially coming back as F1's sole tyre supplier next year gathering pace, Pirelli should just say sod it and go back to making time bombs. It would soften the blow of Vettel winning another title, wouldn't it? I know it would for me. And him clinching his 4th title could happen sooner than you think. The next 4 races on the calendar were all won by the German last year. Ominous, isn't it? We'll see you in Singapore.